Exactly. All right. So now that we're done with all that filling time, we are getting this game started between the Sky Invading Rhinos and the Wolfpack. Should be quite an adventure on the Battle on the Dunes. Not my favorite map, but we shall see how it plays out between these two teams. Wolfpack being a very, very aggressive team, and Sky Invading Rhinos, I actually haven't been able to see their playstyle all that much. So it'll be quite interesting to see how they play on a map like this. So with the map started, take it away, Mr. Papa, with ship number 1.
White Fang Gap Mortar.
Yep.
Carronade Flare, and I'm gonna assume the same thing. On the Snuggly Fang, yes indeed. Gap Mortar on the front. Carronade on the side, however. Just had to wait for those guns to load in. On the Lud. Flare on the front. Interesting decision there. Artemis on the left side. Mortar Gat on the right. And on the Atlas, Lumberjack, Artemis, Banshee. So that's interesting. And then Gat on the left.
All right, now the engagement basically started right away here as both of those Pyramidions charging straight for that Spire, feeling it's like a very, very juicy target. And you definitely want to get the Lumberjack down, and those mortar shots raining in, and I'm not sure there's much the Atlas is going to be able to do
That
here
looks
at
like
all.
pain, unadulterated pain.
That was just absolutely brutal. I mean, the Sky Invading Rhinos were trying to set up for this long range sniping type build, and the Wolfpack just said, "Screw that!" Charged right in. The Lumberjack wasn't able to really do any sorts of balloon popping before the two Pyramidions were right on the Atlas, and now the Lud's going to be in a lot of trouble as well, as the Snuggly Fang is just peppering with shots, and the White Fang is rearing to go as well.
White Fang looks like he's taking a bit longer to get up. No hydrogen, but he's not using kerosene. He has impact bumpers to support that kind of, rammy style.
Yep, the Snuggly Fang taking out the Lud in the meantime. Lud did manage to get a little bit of damage onto it, but as you could tell there, that was just a really bad position for the Lud to be as well. I mean, RAM capabilities nerfed or not, those Pyramidions still have two really strong guns that you can point straight forward and just absolutely wreck the day of a ship. And I will say that it was been very, very excellent focus firing going on from the Wolfpack team, as always. Now, the problem here is look at these spawns for the Lud in the Atlas. They are way, way far apart. The Lud basically spawned all the way across the map while the Atlas spawned sort of near where the original engagement happened. And I'm not sure if the Atlas is going to be able to escape from the wrath of these two charging Pyramidions. There are Gat shots coming in.
He's trying to run to the Lud, but he's got two Pyramidions, and their Gat gunners are insane. I don't know if you've ever seen, but they can connect Gat, raycast shots at like 750 meters. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was incredibly long range firing, and here come those mortar shots and exploding the shots out of range, actually. As you can tell, there's so many explosions going off that are just barely not hitting the Atlas. So Atlas managing to stay at that like.
But they're not swapping targets. I feel like the Atlas should have just kept running to give the Lud a little bit of time to just try and tear into one of them. But the Atlas is getting torn apart by Gat Mortar here, and he is gone. Lud is on his own now. They just got to see each other, look into lover's eyes, and then your lover gets shot.
Something interesting about what just happened there. You saw the Spire running away with kerosene on. Actually, it was the top deck NG brought kerosene, and he took the wheel when they went into that running engagement. Since obviously, if you're running, you're probably not shooting. You're trying to hide. So it's interesting there. They use that as a way to bring 4 different pilot tools.
Yeah, that is quite innovative, I guess. However, the Atlas still completely got wrecked, and now the Lud does as well.
That's innovative. Too bad he got completely wrecked.
Yeah, I mean,
cynical
it's an
Imagineer.
interesting thing to consider, but with these pyramid ends bearing down on you, it only works so far. All right, so let's see if now with the spawns that the Atlas and the Lud get, where they're across the map all the way, let's see if they can actually pull any of this long range stuff off now, where the Lumberjack gets set up on the Atlas and the Lud using those Artemises? What's the plural of Artemis? Is it just Artemis or is it Artemi? Arta
Artemis is
Artemises? Whatever it is, if the Lud can get those set up to kind of crimp any sort of charging that the Wolfpack usually does, and it's not going to deter the Wolfpack at all. Wolfpack, as soon as they find out where these two ships are, I have a feeling that they're just gonna just go for it. Basically, the Wolfpack has one speed, and that's just go.
He said as they were sitting still.
Yeah, they're kind of doing these like
Yeah,
interpretive
they're like, let's
dances.
turn in circles. Give the guys a show. This is like interpretive ballet with pyramidians.
This
I
is
think they're gonna switch.
synchronized
They're gonna switch to competitive. This is
synchronized
like the
swimming.
Summer Olympics of Goyo right now.
There you go. It is quite beautiful, in fact. I mean, if you look at it, maybe a little nauseating. It looks like the blue ships haven't spotted, however, and there you go. They turn around, stop spinning around in circles, and charge straight on in. And let's see how well the Lud and the Atlas can do with this sort of longer ranged combat that they've really been trying to pull off here. If you can get some good lumberjack shot connections, of course, this sort of charging is rather nullified. But so far, the only shots that I've hit have been Artemis. There goes a couple of lumberjack shots on the White Fang, doing a fairly good amount of work, but it's just not quite enough as the Wolfpack chips are charging
Well, he
right
took
on
out
in
half of
here.
that equation on the White Fang, so we'll see if manages to help just ever so slightly.
Ugly Fang did lose his balloon there, so he's going to be falling down, but the Atlas is being focused once again by both of these ships and absolutely just getting wrecked. Oh my god. Health buff or not, the Atlas and the Spire is just still so very squishy. So once again, Wolfpack doing their Wolfpack thing, where it's just right at them. And hopefully the writers can switch it up a little bit, as that just did
I feel
not
like
work.
the wolf packs are like, you know how way back in the day Egyptians used elephants to charge at people?
Sure.
That's the wolf pack. They're the elephant riders. Yeah, I mean the spires are a difficult thing to work around.
All right. Oh, okay. Then we're getting. All right. So we're getting started rather quickly. It's probably the quickest start I've ever seen. Both teams just saying, "All right, let's move it on." And we're back
I
on
mean, the
Paragon Rumble once
amount
more.
of cockiness from the wolf pack just doing donuts randomly mid-match. I don't know if First caught that on stream.
Yeah. Hopefully they did. A little synchronized swimming. All right, so I have a feeling we're gonna get engagements off fairly soon. So let's go start off with some ships. Papa.
White Fang rocking the gap mortar carronade flare, and on the do a barrel roll, double carronade gap mortar on the. Okay, gap mortar's on the front. Carronades are on the left. What does the fox say? He says do a barrel roll. On the Lud, we have double Artemis left side, gat mortar on the right. And on the front, a flare. I don't know how I feel about that flare front. I mean, you could be using that for a disable slot. You could even put another Artemis and get a trifecta for your left side if you wanted to. And on the Atlas, we have a Lumberjack. Still sticking with that. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's up with the lumberjack. I really feel
Right
like that's not
Artemis
the
and Banshee
greatest.
front and a Gat.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're sticking with what they like, but a spire on this map with the Wolfpack with a lumberjack, I just don't I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We got a little bit of lag, it looks like, going on for one of these teams, but not everyone, so I think we're just going to stick it out, and here we go. Engagement coming on as the Atlas trying to use that lumberjack to smack down the barrel roll. Lud.
Wolfang not giving any of the shit, so like, okay, we can still focus the Spire pretty easily. Lud trying to body block, doing a pretty decent job, but a nice ram, but they're still just opening up on that Spire.
Oh, the
Just
barrel roll
bad
actually bumps into
bounce.
the little crane here, knocking it off. The White Fang is keeping up on the Atlas. The Atlas going to be able to stay alive here. The White Fang taking so much damage as the Lud has turned it inside onto the White Fang, and boom goes the White Fang, and that was catastrophic.
One little mishap, that one bad bounce, and the dual barrel roll was not there to help take out that Atlas, and now two
And they're
blue
still
ships
going at it.
versus one red.
Yep. They're still charging though. They are, as I said, they know no other speed than go, and the Atlas does get taken out by dual barrel roll, so they do get that at least 1-to-1 trade, but that is not what they really had in mind there. And yeah, I mean that's what
Double
happens on this
Artemis
map.
left on the Lud, so he could potentially take out his engines and try and just stall him.
He is actually doing a fairly good job of it.
Ooh,
Let's
two
see, where do
Artemises in the
these...
flare raining in on that balloon there, just destroying this with a bunch of disabled weapons. Switching to his right, however,
Oh,
trying to
careful,
get that
Lud.
gap
Careful,
mortar
Lud.
on him.
You don't want to smack into the side of that building right there. And they are gonna, but thankfully they don't. But oh, there we go. There's a little bit of another bump, and the
Ooh,
White Fang
bad
is coming in
bounce.
from the side in the meantime. And the Lud is stuck. The Lud is stuck on the side of the building right here, and the White Fang is gonna come screaming in. Oh, what a
Ooh, big.
huge
There goes
ram!
every arc. And dual barrel
Oh
roll is
my
now fine,
God.
rising to meet this fight and getting whole now. Gotta be super
Yeah,
careful.
all
Mortar
haul.
raining in, and that is just sinking behind the building in time.
Blood is still without balloon, however, and they are sinking down over here, and they're going to continue bouncing around, and it's a very, very bad way to be with
Edge of
both
map
of these
shenaniganry
premiums.
going on right now. White Fang having troubles getting around that edge. As soon as I saw him like bouncing, I'm like, yeah, this is edge of map, isn't it?
Yeah, the Lud not able to get out of this tough little spot over here with its balloon that went down and bouncing around on that bridge over there. So, yeah, great job by the White Fang to get back into that fight as quick as they did, and better job by the Atlas here. Well, I was gonna say better job by them being itself out of view, but they slammed themselves on into this little bridge and took a lot of armor damage. However, nothing too catastrophic happened. So once again, what I was going to say about this map is all this terrain, and you can fly this map forever and still completely not know where stuff that you can bounce off is. There are so many little uh, towers, little cranes that you can just not even see coming and just slam off of and completely ruin your day as it did for the barrel roll in that match. All
Can you
right,
hear me
so
right now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. My team speak was just being weird. But yeah, especially with those moving clouds, you could just be chilling in a cloud and then, you're kerosening and 2 seconds later, a crane just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, all right, Atlas, definitely getting a beat on the White Fang and the barrel roll. I will say that the Lud body blocking for the Atlas also helped a lot. However, in this case, they actually just blocked a couple of lumberjack shots, which is pretty
But he's
bad. And
also blocking his teammate shots on the White Fang. That's the one problem. But he did keep him from ramming the Atlas, so that's nice. Joe Barrel Roll, however, is now uncontestedly just going in to try and rain on the Atlas. Mortar raining in, and he evaporates, but Lud managing to keep it kill for kill. Can Lud get those disabling Artemises on the back of the engine before he turns around? No.
Not quite. And once again, it was really both the two same ships went down. So the Lud destroying the White Fang, but the dual barrel just continuing to charge up on the Atlas.
He's
Now I think the
switching to
Lud's
his offensive side after do a barrel roll has already started raining in, but will it be able to work?
oh, a little bit of tap knocks off most of the arc, but the Lud does manage to get back around, and the Atlas is actually
Oh, that was
has
a good
sights on the
spawn from
barrel
blue
roll.
team.
Yeah, definitely a good spawn. White Fang is charging in here too. We'll see if they can rescue dual barrel or dual barrel roll is going to be in crisis management currently. And now the question is the White Fang going to go for the Lud or is the White Fang going to turn on the Atlas? I really feel like they actually
Oh,
should have
he's
turned on
going
the
right
Atlas.
for the Lud. They know that Spire is a quick kill afterwards, so they want to try and focus down the harder target first. I don't know if I agree with that. That Gat is tearing into him, and now the
And the
Atlas
White Fang is
open,
oh my god, the barrel roll
open
does
lanes.
another huge bounce off of a building. But the Lud is actually not in a very good position now as those two red ships are out of the line of sight of the Atlas, and oh my god,
Oh,
that is
evaporates with one ram
yeah,
into a
there you go.
building.
That ramming into a building is just completely brutal. Anytime you can smack an opponent ship into a building, into a ground, into any sort of terrain, it's just death. And I think Lud maybe should have backed out a little bit there once those two uh, Wolfpack ships sunk down below the skyline. The Atlas really didn't have a beat on them anymore. Couldn't continue laying down a supporting fire, and the Lud just got absolutely wrecked after that. All right, so it is a 4-2 lead for the Wolfpack. Rhino is definitely doing better in this game. Well, evidenced by the scoreboard, if nothing else. But I really feel like they have better communication going on as well. The Lud being able to body block a couple of times, do a barrel roll, trying to get through this little crevice here, not happening, and they're gonna have to refocus where they're going.
Boy, yeah, bit of a bad ram. White Fang could potentially just run in here. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Worst case scenario, they get tied up. Best case scenario, they get the Spire kill and move on.
Yep. And all right, so here we go. Here comes a charge once again. The Alice taking that hull damage or armor damage, I should say.
Long range
Trying
gap
to
fire is absolutely ridiculous, albeit the Atlas was not moving. Big hits on the hull.
body blocking once again, doing a great job at it. And are they getting so? Oh, okay.
Oh, big hits and it evaporates.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like they were actually trying to pinball the Lud into the Atlas, but instead they just you want a body block for us, Lud? You know what? Just get out of the way. And then they just charge right down into the nose of the Spires. The Lumberjacks just not being able to do enough in this match. So well done by the Wolfpack, and definitely thanks for the Rhinos for playing. Unfortunately, they are not able to make it through, and it is a 2-0 victory for the Wolfpack. So the Wolfpack will be going on to face the Aeronautical Knights.